Hi everyone, back again with me Magic Joe, and today in this video I would like to share you my clear for the turret Residual 3 level 65 that I've cleared on the 25th of August, which is last month. So as you can see, the recording is still the replay is still here, and I was clearing it back then when I was level 52, and this is all the units that I used. And don't worry if you don't have any units in this list. I'm just gonna make you some alternative, if I could, on what unit you could substitute. But before I make you some confusion, I'm just gonna let you know that on the unit previews that I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use the units that I have on my current situation at the moment. So some probably gonna be level 60 or like even a lower, probably like 52 to 60. So please don't be confused. I'm just gonna use that as the unit preference because I just got the time to make this video today on the 13th of September 2024. Without any further ado, let's jump to the unit preview. On this stage, you might need a defender as your main DPS because of the role advantage that you're gonna have to dealing damage to the boss, because the boss has the seeker role. That's why I choose Outlaw guard, and he's level 52 and rank 10 back then, and he has so much potential to dealing damage. It's because of the reaction ability. It's gonna increase the damage by 20%. Intimidate is gonna reduce the physical attack and also magic attack from the enemies by 20%. Rupture armor, it's going to give the physical defense debuff, which is going to decrease the physical defense by 40%. It's going to open you to a lot more damage because on this stage you're probably gonna do most of physical damage to the enemies. That's why having a physical defense down debuff, it's going to be crucial for your team to reach the victory. And Burning Bridges, it's a damaging ability, single target attack, and also it's going to boost the physical attack 40% according to the physical defense of the characters has. And I'm gonna use the Hollow Axe because it synergizes really well with all the kits that Outlaw Guard has. And also the Flying Blade Guard, it's gonna be used to trigger the passive of the Rupture Armor, because the Sudden Strike, it will be counted as a single target attack, which going to have a percentage to trigger the physical defense debuff down. For the turret card, I'm gonna use the Temptation of the Devil with 16% of bonus physical attack on it. I know it doesn't have the special entry, but I'm gonna use this one anyway. And also for the resonance, I'm just gonna put Sword and Cup for 15% lifesteal for the sustain, and also 5% extra damage to deal more damage to the enemies. And also, if you don't have Outlaw Guard, I have some suggestion for you if you want to change him. If you have Magnus or Knighted Guard, you could choose either one of them to alternate this Outlaw Guard. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you some option on this video, so probably you could mix and match your team. Another unit that I use on this stage is Suppression, because he has defender role, which means he will have the advantage on taking less damage and deal more damage to the boss. He was level 52 back then and rank 10, and also I'm gonna bring him because of the knockback combo. It's going to help me to knock back the units that I want to knock back, so it makes the progress even faster to clear this stage. And also the Devout Guard is going to help assisting cover for the magical attack that enemy unit has. And Flagellant, it's going to give Suppression extra energy whenever he got hit by the enemy, so you probably could regenerate 2 energy in one turn. That's why you could pretty much spam this knockback combo and also Devout Guard abilities. And also for the basic attack, I'm just gonna put the Armor Piercing Strike to help my team to give the debuff to the enemies and deal more damage to them. And for the equipment, I'm gonna put Silent Guard on him because it has a 10% extra defense whenever he got attacked, and also it's going he going to deal 16% more damage on the next turn. And also for the trinket, I'm gonna use Evergreen Pendant because pretty much you will heal him every turn, and then he will get the level 2 buff every time he got healed. And also the resonance, I'm just gonna put Pentacle and Cups to give extra damage mitigation for magical damage. So pretty much he could tank all the magical damage on this stage. And for the third card, I'm gonna put the Course of Fortune for more heals and also extra damage on him to dealing with the enemies on the stage. And if you don't have suppression, another alternative that you can use is you can use, let me check, you can use Guzman or Cocoa to take the damage from the enemies. And the third unit that I use on this stage is Circuit Guard because he has the Defender role, which is it's going to be good for him to take less damage from the boss and also other units in this stage. And also, Recruit Guard is really known as a physical damage tank, which is gonna have like a lot of physical damage mitigation. That's why he's going to be useful on this stage as well. And he's level 52 and rank 10. And yeah, for the skill, it's gonna be front defense for 30% of the damage mitigation of physical damage. Defensive stance to give like the physical shield and block enhancement. Shield, it's not necessarily, but it's just good to have to give a physical shield at the start of the battle, and also global guard to take the physical attack for other allies. So you could do the assisting cover whenever your other unit want to get hit by the enemies. And for the weapons, Guardian's Wheel, I'm pretty lucky to get this weapon because it's going to increase the 40% of the defense for your units. And for the trinket, I'm just gonna use the cooling powder for extra healing and also immunity to block healing receive. And for the resonance, I'm just gonna put the 1 and Pentacle to decrease physical damage by 15%. So pretty much what he's gonna do is just taking damage. And also the tarot card, it's not gonna be complete without the Silence of the Hermit for another 20% of damage mitigation. And if you don't have Recruited Guard, you could always use Mytha because Mytha is a free unit. And also if you recently pull Cocoa, Cocoa will also gonna be working well on this stage as well. Papal Priest is going to be a really useful unit on this stage because on the start of the second turn you want to eliminate the 2 units on the right side by using the Icy Blast to knock them back to the pitfall. And also that Ice Lance, it's going to help to reduce the speed and also movement from the enemies. It's also going to deal 130% damage. So this ability is really good. And also Field is going to help you survive the AoE attack from the enemy units. I'm just gonna get the details on battle, so I don't have to explain much because probably most of you all have known the Papal Ice Priest and how he works. Yeah, and for the equipment, I'm just gonna put the Resonant Broom for the AoE damage, and also the Origin Hourglass, it's just for extra damage on and also immunity to move and speed down. And for the Resonant, I'm just gonna put the Sword and Pentacle to increase the attack and also the defense for survive ability. And for the tarot card, I'm just gonna put the Temptation of the Devil, so he could have more damage and also more defense whenever we kill the enemy units. And also if you don't have Papal Ice Priest, if you have pulled Simona recently, you could also use Simona or Dantalion because Dantalion has the knockback as well. So pretty much you could use both of them if you don't have you could use either of them if you don't have Papal Ice Priest infested on your account. On this stage, I use Nightingale as a healer or support. She is level 52 and rank 10 at the moment. And also I bring her because we're gonna use the assisting cover pretty much all the time. So what I need to do is just like focusly healing one single target unit, because like bandage, it's going to heal 30% HP. We're not going to use the first aid because what we need to do is we also need to do some attack. So that's why I'm just gonna use painkiller and bandage. That's gonna be enough because our defender is really strong against the boss. That's why you might not need the big single target healing. Mm, and also the burning grenade is going to help you to deal damage to the boss in AoE or like the other enemy units, and it will deal 10% of HP as piercing damage to all enemy units, and it's going to make the burning tiles on the ground, so that's why it's going to give extra damage on the enemies that stays or don't move at all. And for the equipment, I'm gonna use organized cube for increasing healing effect on her and also dispelling ability. And fancy hat, it doesn't really matter. You pretty much could use anything that you have on your account, but the resonant is quite important here, to increase the healing effect by 10 and also healing received by 10. You might want to put cup and cup on the resonance or the engraving on the items that she's gonna have. And as I said before, Guidance of the World is a really good Tarot Whisperer card for her because it's going to reduce the CD of the active skill by 1 turn when not using active skill or standby. So pretty much after the healing, you might not do anything else. So you could stand by, and on the next turn, you could use the skill again, for the burning grenade or the painkiller or the bandage. That's why I'm just gonna put this one. And because you only use painkiller and bandage as the healing ability, so you might not need extra energy from Nightingale. So that's why you could pretty much use the burning grenade in every 2 turns on the stage. And if you don't have Nightingale, don't worry, you still can use another healer such as Inanna if you have her, or Angel for the big AoE healing and also buff to your units. But if you have Samantha, it would be better because Samantha traits will help you to heal single target, the unit that attacked by single target, and she could pretty much heal about 1000 to 1500 if you have the right equipment and also the tarot cards. And but if I could suggest, Nightingale, it's gonna be the best healer to bring if you're using the same strategy that I used for this stage. Now let's talk about the battles and the strategy. But before I started it, I'm just gonna let you know what tactics that I use on the stage. The first one is Maneuver Command. It will give you flexibility whether you want to positioning your unit for offensive or defensive. And the second one is March Command. It's going to help you to give movement to your units because you want to knock back these two. That's allowed. The Papal Ice Priest is going to move over there and knock back these two on the second turn, and also it will give you more movement, so you could quickly get closer to these things and kill it before it deals so many distraction. It makes so many distraction on your team because of the heal and also the dispel, plus this inspiration of strength debuff. It's going to pretty much make you a bit struggle to clear this stage. So you want to kill these things as soon as possible as well, and try to knock back this unit, lightning over here, with the suppression that we have. And because the boss is the seeker, so you probably want to have a lot of damage dealer that has the defender role for extra damage. And what I want to highlight here is the reaction ability, and this is the fading shadow. So for the first time the character becomes injured, which is when the boss health is going to be under 70%, it's going to have a buff called fading shadow, and it will dodge all the attack within duration. it's only have one turn duration. So the trick here is you might want to injure the boss before his turn. So that's why you might have the Outlaw Guard to do that, because Outlaw Guard will move faster and also Suppression will move faster or before the boss. So that's why whenever you injure it, and then the boss take turns, and after that the fading shadow will be gone, and you could start to dealing damage again on this boss. And also, you might want to be careful for the Path of Destiny, because it's going to teleport behind you, and also it's going to ignore the dodge. It's going to make a lot of damage for this one. 170% times 5,000, so it's gonna be a lot of damage. So you might want to cover your back whenever you positioning your units. And Dark Flash, it's quite annoying ability though. So what you want to do here is you want to make your tank is a bit farther than your units, but still can cover them, so the other units will not get the 40% damage, and also the block healing debuff from this ability. And you could still like make your unit survive and cover like and do assisting cover at the same time as well. Lionheart emblem, it's gonna be make him pretty much stronger against the range attack, because it's going to reduce the damage taken by 35%, but it doesn't really matter because all the units that you have here, it's pretty much melee except for the Papal Ice Priest. And yeah, pretty much on the second turn you want to take down these two by using the Ice Blast from the Papal Ice Priest, and you want to bait the lightning over here to do the knockback with the suppression, and it will get killed. I'm gonna show you how it's done. Any time you got this debuff on that unit, you might want to cover this unit, because couldn't be dispelled. That unit is going to have 30% of damage, increased damage taken, and pretty much you want to cover these things with all the defender that you have, whether it's the recruited guard or suppression. I'd recommend doing Icy Blast and take those two up. Okay, the reason why I did Mana recommend in there, it's because this lightning over here is going to do AoE damage to your units. So that's why you want to utilize the force field ability from Papal Ice Priest to decrease the damage by 20%. And also because my Papal Ice Priest is being targeted because of the debuff, so I don't want these two units over here goes and kill my Papal Ice Priest, because it doesn't have the cover from the defender. Ice lanes to decrease the speed. Knockback combo. Take that lightning down. I always keep my unit close to each other because of the cover. So how the assisting cover works is the highest speed unit will try to cover first. Okay, I'm just gonna explain this one. Because of recruited guard has 200 40 speed. That's why any attack, any physical attack, my recruited guard is going to take that before the suppression. So any physical attack is going to be blocked by recruited guard, but any magical attack is going to block by suppression. So that's why that's how it works if you have two tank that has magic damage assisting cover and also physical damage assisting cover. Take that one down. Now we're trying to get closer to the Wing Guardian thing. Try to slow the boss down as well. And this time, it will proc the fading, what's that called again? Fading shadow buff. So as you can see, I did it with my Outlaw guard and it become injured. And after this turn, the boss will do some attack and the buff that it has will be gone away, and then I could start to dealing damage again. As you can see here, the buff is not there anymore, so that's why we could start dealing the damage to the boss again. Reduce the speed of the Wing Guardian, put some flags in there for extra energy and also all the bonuses. And this is the last turn that we have. And that's it. Now, we're reaching out at the end of the video, and as usual, I'm just gonna put the tactical notes where you could see all the skills, gears, and also tactics that I use to clear this stage. But if you want to see the alternative unit that you can use, I'm just gonna put them on chapters on the unit previews for each unit that I use on this stage. And I think it's a wrap up for all the turret residual clear from the trial 1, trial 2, and this is the trial 3. I hope that this whole video could be really useful for you in clearing those stages. And if you have any feedback, just please leave your thoughts or your comment on the comment section below. And I hope to see you on my next video. But for now, that's it, and you have a good day. Bye now.